Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining us and welcome to the Red and Yellow Creative School of Business Online Open Day. My name is Don. I have the privilege of being the online sales manager here at Red and Yellow. We are running this open day specifically for our online short courses and online qualifications. So if you are interested in studying at our full-time school, then please join us on the 18th of September for the full-time school online open day. Our school has been around for 26 years and we have produced amazing alumni who have gone on to do great things around the world. Our purpose at Red and Yellow is to change the world through education. And we do that by teaching our students to think creatively because we believe creative thinking is the most important skill for the future. Our school was founded in 1994 by legends in the advertising industry, Brian Saltrip, Alan Raff, and Bob Rightford. These men were passionate about ensuring their graduates were industry ready and able to hit the ground running. They accomplished this by giving their students real-world briefs and one-on-one attention. And we've continued that philosophy today in both our full-time school and our online school. Our students get hands-on practical work and insights, and they have direct access to lectures and course assistance. Students receive personalized feedbacks on their assignments and get to engage with their course designers through various forums. So we place a lot of emphasis on human interaction through your time with us. We are a fully accredited institution through the Council on Higher Education and Department of Higher Education and Training, as well as MICT CETA. All of our full-time and part-time qualifications are fully accredited, which means you get a recognized qualification from a South African qualifications authority that is transferable internationally. Our online courses are NQF aligned, and on request, you can do the accredited version and be awarded specific unit standards when you pass. Our school's promise is that we will grow your career. We've had such encouraging feedback from our alumni, as well as recruiters and employers, that we are confident that if you pass a course with us, in some way you will grow your career within the next 12 months. And you're welcome to obviously have a discussion with me or any one of my career advisors to chat a little bit more about that. But today, of course, we are speaking about our online short courses. And on the topic of that, I'm going to be inviting our subject matter experts as well as our learning designers to chat more on our different courses. So the first one that we're going to be speaking about is one that I've already highlighted, is creative thinking. I'd like to, of course, invite my colleague Kabelo Maponya, also known as KB.
My name is Kabelo, and I am an instructional designer at Red and Yellow. In our creative thinking course, what we cover is what creative thinking is. We talk about why it's important, and of course, principles of creativity. We also go into a little bit of an introduction into design thinking as a framework to help you think creatively with design thinking principles and methodologies. We describe the design thinking process, explain why it's important, and we also talk about when it's useful to use design thinking in the first place, right? After that, we speak about developing ideas. We move on to ideation in terms of creative thinking, what it is. We take you through loads of ideation techniques, and after that, we move from ideas to solutions, right? Because we all have ideas, but how do we implement them? There we talk about developing and implementing solutions, and then we speak a bit more about the research that you'll be doing, right? Then in terms of implementing your ideas, we speak about action plans, planning for failure with your ideas, because that's something we think is really important in creative thinking, is that it's not just about certain metrics for success, but also what you can learn from failure as well. We teach you how to overcome things like change resistance. We show you how to get buy-in, and of course, how to present your ideas and pitching documents. So we're asked often what the importance of creative thinking is. And today, I think a cursory Google search will show you that creative thinking is probably the most sought after skill by employers today, right? We teach you that creativity is a switch. A lot of people think that you're either born creative or you're not. This is not so. With our course, we're going to show you how to tap into your own creativity. And I guess also the most important thing is that we try to give you a mindset shift. Instead of seeing problems as barriers, we want to show you how they're actually opportunities and challenges, right? And then, of course, your key outcomes that we'll be looking for is the ability to use creative thinking techniques to look at problems in different ways and help yourself ideate and find new and creative solutions.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, KB. Next, also on the topic of thinking, we have our Design Thinking online short course. KB, once again, on the topic of thinking and design thinking, can you, of course, run through it as beautifully as you did our creative thinking course?
Thank you. Thank you for the sneaky compliment. Back again, right? So here we're going to talk about design thinking, and what we'll talk about is, well, what we'll study is what design thinking is, why it's really important, and we talk about the principles of design thinking. I think this is probably one of my favorite courses. It's a great one. So with the introduction to design thinking, we talk about how it's a framework to help you think within a user-centered design mindset, right? We focus a lot on the user and what the user needs in design thinking. So we describe the design thinking process. We show you again when it is useful, and we go through all the stages of design thinking: the empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test phases. All right, so with the empathize phase, we show you what it is and why empathy is important. Right, this is also your research phase. So we talk about why you research, the different types of research in terms of primary and secondary research, qualitative and quantitative research as well. We show you how to build empathy, and in so doing, we show you how to understand the problem. Okay, we will show you how to build empathy with different empathy building techniques, so you won't be left alone. The next phase, of course, will then be define, which is making sense, I think, more making sense of the problem, or rather the challenge you're facing. So here we're going to give you tools to understand the problem and the user. We're going to give you personas and different types of personas, show you how they're useful. And these are all tools to help you understand your user a bit more. So we also show you your user journey maps and a lot more than that as well. The crux of this defined phase is to show you how to frame a challenge. So we go through how to frame a challenge, how to create a challenge statement that is workable, right? We talk about analysis and synthesis of ideas and themes. And after that, we move on to ideate. I'm going to move a little bit faster. These are a little bit in depth, and I see I'm running out of time. So with ideation, we talk about divergent and convergent thinking, how you move from broad ideas and narrow it down to a more specific solution. We speak about the different phases. We speak about the different phases of ideation, all the way from idea generation to evaluation and selecting. And then we move on to workshops, how to run workshops, how to plan workshops, everything you need to do to run ideation workshops successfully. And then we give you ideation tools for that workshop. Almost there. Then we've got prototyping, what it is, why it is important, different kinds of prototypes, and how to prototype your solution. Then we move on to testing your solution or your idea, why that is important, the different kinds of product testing, and how to gather and analyze your feedback once you've got it. Then finally, we move on to selling your idea. We talk about getting buy-in from stakeholders that you'll need to get buy-in from, things like proof of concept as well. We show you how to speak towards an idea's desirability and feasibility and viability. I think design thinking is really important because understanding the user today is one of the most important and most overlooked aspects of marketing. I think it is important, if you want to be innovative, to look at what the user needs and not what your own company or what you need. Also in really everyday things. It has a lot of tools that help you think outside the box. And here we'd like you to be able to have the ability to use design thinking to understand a user base, the ability to run workshops and to plan them and to analyze the data gained during workshops, and of course, analyze and implement user feedback after that. Sorry, I know that was a mouthful. Thank you guys for being patient.
Great, thanks a lot, KB. Definitely was a lot, and I guess a lot to think about. So thanks so much for the in-depth look at both the creative thinking course and as well as our design thinking course. Yeah, guys, just a reminder that, of course, to use the Q&A function, so we can definitely answer some of those questions up there. But I've already seen that my colleague Robin has addressed Colin's query on creative thinking and doing it. But of course, from the creative and the design thinking aspects, we are going to be moving on to our more business-oriented courses. For the first one to chat around entrepreneurial thinking is my colleague Robin. Robin, she heads up our instructional design team, and without her, we basically wouldn't have any of these amazing online courses. So, Robin, yeah, please can you pop up and chat to us a bit more about the entrepreneurial thinking online course?
Jumped the gun a bit there, sorry. Hi, Donnie. Thanks for the very kind words there. I'm going to tell you about the Entrepreneurial Thinking course, or the ET course as we call it. This covers everything from running from the FBI to saying Elliot to phoning home. Wait, no, that's the wrong course. This one is Entrepreneurial Thinking, and that one covers what makes someone an entrepreneur. You're not going to believe this. It's a mindset. We actually do teach you about the entrepreneurial mindset, which is a useful frame of thinking, even if you're not trying to be entrepreneurial yourself. It's helpful in a business setting as well. We teach you the basics of branding and marketing, the basics of sales. That module is called Eat the Frog, and I love it. We teach you a little bit about strategy and finance, leadership, business models, how to do a business plan, how to set up an exit strategy, how to pitch your business plan. That's a really important one. And then how to run an innovative workplace. Basically, we teach you everything that you need to know from top to bottom in very baby introductory form so that you can go out there and start a business and kind of know what you're doing, or bring the entrepreneurial mindset to where you already work and make things function just a little bit more smoothly. Entrepreneurship is important because I'm sure you all know why it's important in South Africa. It creates wealth, it improves standards of living for everyone, it drives change. A lot of the cool stuff we use these days all comes from entrepreneurs. This course specifically is important because it gives you a jumping off point so that if you want to do any of this, you're not just floundering in the deep end without any clue. The key outcomes for it, you're going to come away with a business plan. The more work you put in, the better your business plan is going to be. You're going to know how to understand your business plan, and you're going to have the skills to pitch it. This is not, like I said, not just for an entrepreneur, although it is for anyone who's ever considered starting their own business. It's also for anyone who just has a really great idea, or who's done design thinking and now wants to put their idea into practice, or anyone who wants to cultivate a more open and innovative mindset. That's our entrepreneurial thinking course. Back to you, Donnie.
Great. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, definitely was getting a bit confused with the ET course and the entrepreneurial thinking course. So thanks for the clarification there. Obviously, on the topic of business, it's all good and well as starting our own business and taking that idea to market. I do like on that. I mean, we do of course need to be dealing with people. So we do have a course called People Management. So Robin, if you could come back and just chat to us a bit more in depth on our People Management course and what we can of course look to expect while being on that course.
Surprise, you thought I was gone, but I'm back already. Hi everybody. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our People Management course. No terrible jokes, I promise. We partnered with Chelsea Pienaar on this one. She wrote it, and she has loads of experience in online education and in managing people, both the theory and the practice of it. So she put together a really great course. Honestly, my team barely had to do anything. It was amazing. It covers managing people in a way that encourages innovation. You might be picking up a trend in our courses. We find innovative and creative thinking very important. It covers the behavioral eccentricities of people who are in organizations and how you can cope with those. Looking at how to choose the right people for the right jobs, how to design those job specs, how to manage your company to make it somewhere that people would actually want to work, how to manage people's performances to make sure they're putting in their best. And it looks at employee well-being, which I like a lot because I think a lot of businesses overlook that initially. The key outcomes for this can be summarized thusly. You will become a people manager that knows how to get the best out of people and someone that people actually want to work for. You can be an effective and a positive manager of people, which is worth a lot more than you might realize. Unless you have either a really good or a really terrible manager, in which case you probably do realize it. Why is this important? If you want your business to excel, you need the best people doing their best for you. And this is all about how you can set that up. And the thing that makes this course stand out, I think, is its focus on humans. That's something that's really important to Red and Yellow, and I think that comes through a lot in this course. If you want to be in a management position, or if you already are in one, you should definitely take a swing at this.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Robin. Really appreciate that. And yeah, there's some really amazing insights into why we need to sort of be a lot more focused on humans. If you're having a bad manager or even having a good manager. So thanks so much for that. So next, guys, we're going to be chatting a little bit more on the technical side of the business. Okay, so we're just going to look at the operational finance course. So to, of course, have a chat around that, I'm going to invite my colleague Gareth McAllister, one of our instructional designers and subject matter experts on the entrepreneurial finance course. Sorry, operational finance, not entrepreneurial. Apologies there. Gareth, please, if you can just take us through it.
So as the name suggests, operational finance focuses on, let's say, the practical aspects of finance. So we're going to be covering reading, interpreting, and analyzing financial statements. That by doing so, you'll be able to forecast, budget, and plan strategically. So often with financial courses, they can get quite theoretical. People can get bogged down in the actual mathematics. That's not the case with this course. We really focus on what you need as a non-financial manager, the skills you need as a non-financial manager in order to engage with operational finance. So the key outcomes would be you learn how to read, interpret, and analyze financial statements, understand budgeting, and how to use these to make sound financial decisions. But why is this important? Well, having a working understanding of finance is essential for anyone who wants to effectively contribute to a business strategy. So if you're someone who has skill sets other than finance or accounting, maybe you're an HR manager or a marketing manager or production manager, and you still need to contribute to business strategy, you need to justify your budgeting, things like that. It's very good to actually understand financial statements, be able to read into the business's finance, be able to contribute and speak the language that your financial managers speak as well. So yeah, over to you, Donnie.
Great, thanks so much, Gareth. And while we're of course on the topic, still on business, last one I promise, guys. We definitely want to chat around project management and sort of the importance thereof. If you could obviously just kick off on that, please, G.
Sure, not a problem. So, project management, our course will cover how to devise a strategy and how to structure a plan for achieving your goals, how to spot risks and danger signs, and how to adjust and adapt your approach to address these and ensure your project is a success. We'll also cover monitoring and evaluation, which is very important, how to track the quality and performance of your project. Again, we touch on the importance of budgeting and budget control. So if you need to take financial management, operational finance as well in order to understand financial statements and partner these two courses together. We also cover the art of communication. It's important that you're able to tailor your communication, your messages to the various stakeholders. You need to be able to speak to your team members on the project and get their buy-in, and so everyone's performing and contributing at the appropriate level. You also need to be able to communicate with donors, with stakeholders, and manage their expectations and be able to communicate exactly what is happening to them. The course will also cover important leadership skills that you'll need as a project manager. Because an important part of being a project manager is being able to galvanize your team to work together. Why is this important? Well, project management allows you to set proper expectations about what can be delivered and the limitations is about when it can be delivered by, how much it's going to cost, and it ensures that these expectations are met. So this is where we're talking about communicating up to stakeholders and communicating down to your team members. Your stakeholders need to know exactly what you're going to deliver and when. you don't want them to expect one thing, you deliver another, and they are disappointed. So this just having a project management helps you keep everyone on the same page. So the key outcomes from our course would be that you'll know how to take an idea or a need from an intangible to a successful, sustainable, tangible result. You'll learn and understand a variety of project management methodologies, such as Agile and Waterfall, and you'll be able to implement them immediately. We'll also teach you important skills like managing scope creep, change requests, and how to manage unanticipated speed bumps. Learn practical ways of controlling budget, managing your time and resources. All of these things ensure that the project that you do deliver is of high quality. Who's this course good for? It's good for professionals in client services, business owners, people who work with NGOs or NPOs, newly appointed managers, new entrants in the job market, anyone who has to basically manage workloads, manage teams, work with teams, manage workflows. This course gives you the tools to do so.
Thanks a lot, Gareth, and thanks for the deep insight into both project management and operational finance. Guys, next we are, of course, going to be looking at what we do really well, obviously online courses, but more so in the digital marketing aspect. So we offer quite a few digital marketing online short courses and online qualifications. So you'll note there that we have the digital marketing, our flagship course, the 10-week online short course. Then we have our digital marketing professional certification. Of course, that is well NQF level aligned, and it does come accredited. From an online qualification side of things, we offer the National Certificate in Advertising, specializing in digital marketing, which is a 1-year course in NQF level 5, and the Advanced Diploma in Digital Marketing, which is our NQF level 7 online qualification. Must also note that by taking any one of these 4 online programs and courses, that it does come with the digital marketing textbook, which is the e-marketing, the essential guide to marketing in the digital world. And it's currently in its 6th edition, and it's used by universities all over the world, and it's the most downloaded digital marketing textbook with over 1 million downloads so far. So you can either download it for free, or, as I mentioned, if you can take one of our online courses, that will also come with it free, hard copy that is. But yeah, so those are, sort of just a touch base, nice little sweet introduction on our digital marketing offerings, ranging from, as I said, the 10 weeks all the way up into 2 years. Next, I of course want to bring back one of our subject matter experts, and that would be Robin Hezekamp, and to chat just around our media management or media planning online short course.
We are actually renaming media management to media planning. You might want to know why. The short answer is it's not about acting careers, it's about managing your media. So we just changed the name to make it a little clearer. This course covers everything from what marketing communication looks like these days. It's not the same as it was, I was going to say it's not the same as it was 5 years ago, but right now it's not the same as it was 3 months ago. We look at what channel planning actually is and how you can determine your audience. We go all the way to crafting an integrated strategy that takes multiple different touch points into account. The key outcomes for the course are for you to have a full understanding of above and below the line platforms where you can share marketing communications with potential and actual customers. And you'll also know when to use which platform and for what. Ultimately, you'll be able to create a unified through-the-line channel-appropriate communication that fits specific audience segments. We spend quite a lot of time talking about how you can narrow down your audience and where you can find them. And then you'll be able to evaluate your campaigns both as they're running and once they're done. So if you're in an agency that tends to be either traditionally or digitally focused without paying much attention to the importance of through-the-line communications, or if you're in a small business and you want an idea of how to create integrated campaigns, this course right here is for you. Media planning is probably more important than people realize. People don't see your company on Facebook and then think of it as a different company from when they see you in real life or on TV or on Twitter. It's all the same brand experience for them. You need to be able to make sure that that experience is unified across all touch points so that you're presenting one brand idea that they can lock onto, and you want to make sure it's the right brand idea, because if it's the wrong one, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to fix. And that's our media management course. Thanks, Donnie.
Great, thank you so much, Robin. Really appreciate the insights that you've given today. Lastly, I would like to, of course, call you back, so don't run away too far. Robin, if you could please just obviously just chat just a little bit more around the Red and Yellow approach to online courses that I briefly spoke about in the intro, as well as how your team sort of puts courses together, and sort of any sneaky previews in terms of what we can expect next. That's coming out of your guys' workshop.
Sneaky previews. I can do those. Yes. Okay. Plans are underway still for the 7th edition of our textbook, which is going to be fully digital. It's going to be really good. Gareth is busy writing our data principles and visualization course. Feel free to ask him questions. He gets really enthusiastic about this, and that is why this course is going to be so dang good. We've got a sales course starting, if I'm not mistaken, next week. That's also pretty good, I think. And we are launching our National Certificate in Advertising, focusing on creating digital content, and a bunch of other national certificates. But this is the online course one, so we're going to focus on that. You wanted to know about our course development methods. Here's the very, very short version. We find experts who tell us what the industry wants, and based on that, we figure out what outcomes we should want for the course. We write in consultation with the experts, focusing on those outcomes. They tell us what they know, and we put it into a format that people can understand. While we do that, we always have an eye to the human skills that we have identified as important. My favorite human skills are creative thinking, critical thinking, and empathy. And one of the best things about all of the courses that we've talked about today are that they really focus in on creative thinking at the very least. A lot of them on critical thinking as well, and people management in particular on empathy. Entrepreneurial thinking as well, actually. We focus on practical assessments. Everything that you learn the theory of, you are going to apply immediately in an assessment. That assessment will be marked by a real human person who will give you feedback on how to improve. We also try to cater to a lot of different learning styles. There are 3 instructional designers in my department. We all have different learning styles: kinesthetic, visual, verbal. I'm the verbal one. That makes it a lot easier to cater for all the styles that are out there. So we try and put in a variety of media types like videos and podcasts, as well as just the notes. We're always trying to think about the best way to present information and do things like creating visual links to the text to make it easier to remember. Then the way we structure things, we try to bring in a kind of narrative where we scaffold the modules to kind of tell a story, and the end destination of the story is knowledge. And then, of course, there is our personal touch, which I think really sets us apart from other schools. You can always shoot us an email. You can talk to a course coordinator. You can talk via email to an instructional designer or other content expert. You can talk to each other. We're in contact with each other a lot. That personal touch is important for us, I think.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely do agree. The personal touch is something that's really, really important. And it's helped me with my online courses through Red and Yellow as well. So thanks so much, Robin, for that. Great, guys. Of course, for anybody that would like to to have a discussion with me or any one of my team members, you can always reach out to us. Don't worry, I will give you the number. You can reach us on 087 227 3283. I'll repeat that one more time. It's 087 227 3283. And of course, if you're a little bit shy over the phone, you can always just reach us through email, and that is registrations@redandyellow.co.za. And one more time, registrations@redandyellow.co.za. We'll of course sort of assist you with any kind of bespoke payment plans if you need, start dates, delve into obviously some of the courses, and really find out sort of what is best suited for you and your needs. So thank you so much, guys. Once again, I think with everybody for joining us, everybody that was on the panelist side of things, and we look forward to assisting you, hearing from you, and welcoming you to the Red and Yellow alumni family.